What's going on, guys? Everybody, it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been really busy with work. Work's had me pulling some long hours, and my schedule keeps changing up. So that's why I haven't really made a video. But today's video is the video I did, the last one I believe it was, where I did all the review of the toe straps and everything. Well, I finally got the tow hooks and everything installed on my truck. We'll go over a brief on how it was installed, and I'll also talk about the car show I went to back on the 13th. It was a week and a half ago, I believe so. Yeah, but so basically this tow hook application and installment is for the Gen 2 Explorers only. So that's between, I believe, a 96 and a 2000 to maybe 2001, depending on what frame and bumper set you have. You might be able to get away with it on a 2001, but I think for Gen 2s they ended at 2000. But since mine's a 98, I'm in that middle right there. Tow hooks were never really an option. I've never really seen them on the Gen 2 Explorers. I always seen them on Gen 3s and ups. These tow hooks I got from the junkyard, and I got them off a Expedition. You can get them off an F-150, or if you can find a Gen 3 Explorer with a set of tow hooks, but they're really rare to come by. But if you find an Expedition or a F-150, you can just take the tow hooks off, and then you can put these on. Now, granted, you will have to drill a hole in the frame. If you hit the tow hooks with the two bolt option, you will have to drill a second hole through the frame to place the back hook, and you will have to remove the bumper, seeing as there's a plate that mounts to the front of the frame that connects that allows the bumper to bolt up to the frame brackets. But we'll just take a real quick walk over here and get under the truck. But here it is. Like I said, this is off a Expedition. Got it off, I think it was a 2001 or 2002 Expedition. I don't think it really matters what year, as long as you get the desired tow hooks, you'll be fine. Now, for this to work, you have to have this type of bumper, lower fascia bumper with the fog lights in it. You can't have the other one, or the one that just has the small hole right here with no fog lights. You need to have this bumper so you can do this type of add-on. So basically, this is the hole I was talking about. You have to drill through the frame, and then what I did to get the necessary clearance from the tow hook to the top section of the bumper was up in the top section there. I put 2 washers to give it that little bit of space on each of the 4 bolts on each side, so that it would clear the bumper and you wouldn't have to worry about anything rubbing. And then obviously I have the Rhino D-rings attached here with the protector, with a green protector on it, so that it doesn't, when it moves, it doesn't bang up against the bumper and ruin the bumper, but also it protects the tow hook and the D-ring. That's basically it. And then also, one thing, you will have to trim here so that this side plate will fit. But other than that, that's basically it. You just have to trim here. You got to drill a hole and then remove the bumper, and then you'll be good. Now, I thought when doing this, it is helpful to have a second person to help you remove the bumper, because it is heavy, and then trying to line it back up so that one person can hold it, and then one person can feed their arm through and start tightening all the bolts on the back side. And then once you start getting them tight, then the second person can go around and start tightening up their side. But basically, you can do it with one person. It is feasible. I did it by myself after watching a couple videos on how to remove the bumper. But other than that, I'd say it would take no more than maybe an hour and a half, depending on how the condition of your frame depends on how hard it is to drill through. You will have to get a reinforced bit to go through the frame, considering that it's considered a heavy metal. And where you drill, it's both sections of the frame, when they come together, it is overlapping right where the drill mark is. So it is a little bit harder. And I do recommend wearing eye protection, because you will have hot metal shards falling on your face. But other than that, that's for the tow hook application, is that. And then like I said about the car show, I entered my truck in its first car show, and I was in my first car show as a entered person. I've always been to car shows, but I've never been on the other side where you're bringing a vehicle. So this is the first time for me to do that. And I brought my Explorer to it. It was held down at one of the dealerships that was near us. And it was the Mustang and Ford Association car show. It was held down, like I said, at one of the dealerships that's near us. But it's primarily Ford vehicles and Mustangs. That's why it's called the Mustang and Ford Association. But there was people there. There was two people with some Nissan 240s. There was a guy there with a Chevy S10. One person had a international pickup truck. There was another person with an old Malibu, and there was a couple other cars, a couple Camaros and whatnot. But I think there was about 60 vehicles there total, but about 18 of them were being judged separately. And then there was the rest of us. And my vehicle, actually, I got a trophy being in the top 25, I guess, nicest vehicles or whatever. But this is the trophy. You get a little dash plaque when you paid your entrance fee. It was I'm not 100%. I can't remember what all the judging categories were, but it was definitely, there was like exterior, interior, what the suspension was, engine bay, and then I think it was uniqueness, or how unique the vehicle was. And there was me and one other person there that had an SUV. The guy had an older Chevy Suburban. It was just me and another SUV. There was, I think, 4 pickup trucks, and then the rest were all cars. But out of the 40-something cars that were being judged to be in the top 25, my Explorer was in there, and it goes to show that if you take care of a vehicle, it will last. It will look good. To be in a car show. I mean, I like to joke now that, I've been through one car show. I like to joke now that the Explorer is kind of a sleeper classic. Because you don't see too many of these second generations that look this good like mine, and are well taken care of. And I joked with the guys who were the judges there that the vehicle came from the same dealership they were having the car show at. But really, I mean, I like to try to go to more car shows with it, that are more with these people, because they are Mustang and Ford kind of brand. They that's pretty much what they run with, is the Ford brand for car shows. But that's really it. I know I'm going to do another video tomorrow. I got a zombie event coming up. for my with airsofting on Saturday, but tomorrow I'm going to show all the gear and everything I'm going to go to with the zombie event, and then Saturday I'm going to try to record as much as I can for the zombie event for day Z. The basic parameters behind the whole zombie event is there's three courses, or three groups. You've got group A and B, which are survivors, and then you have group C, which is just nothing but zombies. Now, I think from what I heard, the number was somewhere close to 200 or so zombies. And in that group, you'll have 4 categories of zombies. So you'll have, I can't remember the color code, but A is the lowest, or no, we'll start with D is the lowest type of zombie, and A is, the zombie you don't want to mess with. But D is your Walking Dead kind of zombie from The Walking Dead. Group C is kind of your freshly reanimated Walking Dead zombie. They're a little bit faster than your old Walking Dead zombies, but they can still, if you're not careful, if you get caught by a big herd of them, you could be in trouble. Now, Group B there's really no movie to kind of reference them to, but let's just say they're not your normal Walking Dead zombie. They've got a little more speed to them. They're kind of jogging zombies, so they're not slow, but they're not super fast. So you still need to outrun them, but if you're running, you should be able to get away from them or take them down. And then Group A is the ones you don't want to mess with. Now, these are like World War Z zombies, 28 days later, 28 weeks later. These zombies are running after you. And it's definitely not the zombies I want to run into when I'm out on the people that we have. But tomorrow, when I do what's all going to happen, hopefully try to record some of it as a zombie, that overwhelming number zombie for 2 hours, and then switch, so then they become survivors, but you're still going to have and I'm going to look at and so you have a better idea. It all recorded, so you're not trying to sit there scratching your head, and of course it'll be looking obviously you much. It's not going to be like slave forward, and you're not seeing like me look. My chest is pointing straight. That's it for now. Tomorrow. And then when I get all the zombie stuff into probably maybe B edition, and then the next one will be end. But if anything, you guys, my truck about that on, like when I did some people asked me questions. I like that. But other than that, with the zombie, we'll catch you guys next time.